Angie and Laura were both in three sessions of League of Rock. Angie was also in this session. And what was funny, on our very first rehearsal, we rehearsed from 7 to 10, but Angie rehearsed 7 till 9, so she had an hour in between 9 and 10, and I was driving her home. She came into our room, into the rehearsal factory. I stepped up for a minute to go to the bathroom. When I came back, they were playing a Nirvana song, and Angie's on the drums just rocking away like crazy. I said, oh my God. And Brent's up there, he's bouncing up and down like a crazy man. And I said, my daughter's stealing my band.
When I first met Ernie's daughter, it was a fantastic experience, and the reason for that is because she brought so much energy and youth, and she doesn't stop smiling. She's always on the go. And yes, Angie jammed with us, and she was on the drums, and she was keeping tempo, and for the first time in my life, I was actually jumping up and down while I was playing bass, and I haven't done that, I don't know, in 3 decades.
Now, you've worked with all 3 Cavallin drummers, haven't you?
Oh yeah, it's pretty neat. It's like a family thing. Of course, they're a lot easier to get along with than you are, but better looking too. But
we had a good time. I mean, yeah, it's like she was rocking.
She was amazing. I mean, she's just amazing.
Great.
Like when we did that Smells Like Teen Spirit, she really she was just right in there, man. I could see her hair out of the corner of my eye just flying all over the place. Yeah, she was right in there. Yeah, it was great.
Anyhow, funny thing was, later on when we were trying to figure out through emails what our 4th song should be, Rick said, how about we do Nirvana? And then he said to me, emailed to me, Ernie, why don't you ask Angie to teach you how to play it? Wise guy. Process is so much fun. Starts with the emails. After a few days of sending emails, there's a list of like about 50 songs we have to choose from, and we narrowed it down to about 10 or 5 or 6 to jam with.
This band at the beginning conversed a lot, yeah, with emails, and everything's with email. I don't think I call you once in a while, but I think we're all on the same page. We're all got the same goal.
Then you start with the jamming and find out, get the feel for each other, what this guy can do, and the bass and drummer get the thing together, the singer, find out what keys the singer can sing and that sort of thing. And then we start whittling down to the songs we want to do. Then the person says, I want this, want that. So maybe after the first jam, you might have 1 song, and after 2 or 3 by the second or third practice.
In everything that you do, communication is key. Without communication, and in music especially, everything breaks down. The communication inside the League of Rock is second to none.
It was quite entertaining at the beginning, of course. There was like emails galore, and then it pretty much dropped off for a little while, and then it started to pick up as we get close to this recording session.
I thought we did a really quick fix at trying to figure out how to end Bad Case last rehearsal. We just said, I think we should just end it like bum, 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 whatever. And the first time we tried it, we did it, and then every time afterwards, we hit it right on, and it was just that dead ending. And
on this session, Pillage was pretty much what we decided, and then Bad Case was the following week, and then we think about the 3rd week or around there, we decided to do on Boys.
We really didn't mess up. Once we decided what we were going to do, we didn't mess up after that.
You know what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. If you have any questions, if you need any feedback, anything to be answered, it's done immediately by email. You could always make a phone call. Everybody's in touch. Everybody stays in touch. It's very cohesive.
While you're in the rehearsal factory, the 3 hours go so fast. You're sitting there, you're working on the songs, you're talking, getting adjusted. Then after a little while of playing, after 2 or 3 weeks into it, you have a pizza and a beer break, discuss some of the things, discuss how you want to. The whole 3 hours just goes like that, and through the whole 3 hours, you're totally intense and wrapped right into it.
But yeah, everybody was there when they needed to be, and what we couldn't seem to get hammered out online, we certainly did when we got into the room. So, you know, we'd all put our instruments down and we'd wrestle, and then pretty much, and then we'd sort it all out. Yeah, it all comes together.
It's just amazing. I love the process as much as anything else that we do in the league. The gigs. Love the gigs.
The gigs were way too much fun.
Did you find that the band had good energy on stage?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yep, except for the drummer once in a while, he'd stop him before he's supposed to. That's because he's filming this right now.
Did they dance? I didn't realize they were dancing, but anyway.
Yeah, they danced on the first show. When we did Billie Jean, Sue and Queen and a bunch of other girls got up and danced. The first two is a learning process, but in all of them, you get great response from all the fans. Everybody is just so responsive and supportive. It's just a fun thing to do.
And all of our songs are kind of upbeat, up-tempo songs, and they kind of get you going.
Being on stage with my close friends, because now after playing for so long, you become close, and being able to create that kind of energy and just give off that kind of energy and people respond to it, I loved them. That's the best part, is playing live.
And you learn a ton. First of all, on the first gig, you realize how much more you need to learn to get to the showcase. The second one is terrific because not only do the coaches, like in the first one, the coaches take you aside to help you. And the second one, the coach is right there, like the American Idol, where they talk to all the bands. So you not only learn what you should be doing to improve, you also learn what other bands have to do to improve, and you can incorporate that into your knowledge too, for how to play your instrument.
It's great. It's fun. I think we did really good, and I don't know, the energy's there, the spirit's there, and now we got some of the bugs out, and yeah, the showcase is going to be fantastic.
The showcase and this showcase, like all showcases, are awesome. I thought we really rocked the last showcase. What was really terrific about this one, well, terrific, it had a different sense, in the sense that on Billie Jean, Rick lost his focus for a few seconds, but the band picked up anyhow. Brent picked it up a bit, and the band still rocked. The beat still stayed, the band still stayed, the music was still solid, the fans were still cooking, and they gave a big round of applause because they knew, because it happens to everybody. Sometimes you just lose focus, your mind goes blank, and that's what happened to Rick. But the band rocked anyhow, and then Rick had you caught up again later on, and everybody knew that's what happened. They knew that we hung in there, and they loved it. And it was like a negative positive kind of thing. It was really fantastic. The other two songs rocked out. Everybody loved it, and I think we had a really fantastic set for the showcase.
The third song, we sort of sat on the fence for a while, but I had a list that no one's ever chosen anything off of it before. And Rick kind of remembered seeing Boys Are Back in Town on the list, and he says, well, what about Boys Are Back in Town? And I'm just going, you're kidding. Are they really biting on Boys Are Back in Town? So we kind of did a little bit of a run through, and I'm very happy to play that song this time around.
And then the Boys Are Back in Town, anything Thin Lizzy, I love Thin Lizzy, so I like the dueling guitars, not dueling, but the harmonizing guitars, and it's a little bit of a challenge, so yeah, I was happy to do that one.
And the last song I didn't know too much about was The Boys Are Back in Town. I didn't know too much about it. I'd heard it before because I'd been DJing for the last 30 years also. I'd heard it before, I'd played it a couple of times, and it's just a gem to play on stage.
So we've got a lot of compliments on that song, so far in the workshops and that. What I liked the most about it was when we finished, so many people came up and said, well, particularly about Boys, that we nailed it. The sound was just like the record. Now we know it isn't, but we do it well enough that it fools most people into thinking that we're doing it right.